we can head to the Tunisian capital now and speak to journalist Fadil Aliriza. Hello, Fadil. Tell us, what is the atmosphere like where you are?
Well, again, this is the same avenue which 11 years ago saw a mass protest that pushed out the former President Ben Ali. Today, it's unclear whether the protests will be allowed to take place. There are protests that have been called to take place within the next hour, not only by the Islamist-inspired party, but by several other parties, including parties that had previously supported President Kais Saied. Now they are standing in opposition to some of his decisions, including the decision just by his prime minister 2 days ago to ban protests on the avenue, to ban demonstrations for 2 weeks, ostensibly for COVID, to stop the spread of COVID. However, this is the same tactic that was used a year ago by the former prime minister. That time it did lead to protests for several weeks and quite a lot of confrontations between police and demonstrators at that time. Here on the avenue, there's quite a few checkpoints. There's only about 1 or 2 entrances that are open to allow people to go in. We've seen in the last couple of weeks and last couple of months is that demonstrations have been blocked from reaching downtown Tunis. It looks like that may be the case again today.
Fadil, 11 years ago, the fall of Ben Ali was something that many people there had celebrated. But where is this? What has the situation been in the country since then?
Well, we've seen several governing coalitions since then. We saw a new constitution in 2014, but since 2019, President Kais Saied was elected, and just in July he dismissed Parliament or suspended Parliament, and now he's announced that there'll be an entirely new system, that there'll be basically reforms, potentially constitutional reforms and new electoral reforms. But those who have criticized the president and his July 25th decisions have called it a coup, and they've said that it's unconstitutional, and they continue to protest. There was just some groups that have been on hunger strike. They ended the hunger strike just a couple days ago, but they're still very unhappy with the direction in which the country is going. Even those who supported the suspension of parliament are also increasingly worried about where the country is going, that they're seeing more pressure on the press. We're seeing extrajudicial prosecutions, and that all of these have drawn criticism even from the United Nations and other international observers, but certainly from domestic observers as well. Domestic human rights defenders and lawyers have certainly called the alarm on what they see as decreasing space for Tunisia's democracy 11 years on after what they thought would be a democratic transition.
All right, Fadil, thank you very much. Fadil Aliriza reporting from Tunis.